Money Talks is sponsored by Astound Broadband.
Well, welcome back. It is now September. Property taxes are due in December and are late if not paid by January 31st of 2025. So as much as we hate to think about it, it's time now to consider property and income taxes once again. That's our topic for tonight's All New Money Talks. Only 10% of taxpayers actually itemize their tax returns. Certified financial planner Neil Vanoy explains why.
The 2017 Tax Cuts and Job Act eliminated the personal exemption, but increased the standard deduction by such a large amount that most taxpayers don't even itemize their deductions. For example, in the 2020 tax year, around 90% of taxpayers just took the standard deduction. They didn't itemize. And if you don't itemize, things like property taxes won't reduce your tax bill.
And a reminder, when it comes to your property taxes, the year in which you pay them is the year in which you are credited on your taxes. Again, if you are itemizing.
For some taxpayers, it can make sense to double up on things like property taxes. This can help them get a larger deduction itemizing than the standard deduction. So maybe they double up 2 years of property taxes in 1 year, get above that standard deduction so they can save a little bit more on taxes. And then the next year, just take the standard deduction when they're not paying any property taxes.
The 2017 Tax Cuts and Jobs Act made the corporate tax cuts permanent. But for the individual filers, that huge deduction and lower tax brackets could be going away in 2025.
The standard deduction for 2024 is $14,600 for a single tax filer, double that for married filing joint, and taxpayers over 65 even get a higher deduction. That's a huge hurdle to get across, even if you reach that full threshold of $10,000 in the property taxes that you can deduct. So that's why most people are better off just taking the standard deduction.
And when it comes to your mortgage payment, you could get 13 payments in for 2024 on the calendar year, which could also help at tax time.
Since we're talking about property taxes, it probably makes sense to talk about mortgage interest deduction as well. If you go ahead and prepay your January mortgage payment in December this year, you can take advantage of that additional interest that you paid as part of that interest write-off.
And there is even now talk out of Austin that next year's Texas legislature will try and lower property taxes once again. And there's even talk of elimination. To hear what was just discussed yesterday, go watch Bailey Bates' story from last night at our website, kcentv.com. Bailey?
Yeah, property tax is always a hot button item. Thanks, Chris.